a video unlike any other I've done before. So basically what I'm going to do in this video is show one of my game bats, right? I bought this bat from B3 at the end of the 2016 season, and I had it since for the 2017 season, the 2018 season, and the 2019 season that just finished, right? Earlier this year. And basically for the entire 2019 season, I played with a slightly broken handle, right? And other cracks and issues on the toe and shoulder of the bat, right, over the course of time. You know, as an amateur cricketer, we don't always hit the ball in the middle of the bat, so sometimes we get damage to weird places in the shoulder and to the bottom of the bat, or sometimes you may even lend your bat if you do that to someone and they, you know, get a good ball and get nicked off, or they get an edge crack or something like that, right? So over the period of time, I accumulated a lot of damage to the blade, right? So the shoulder was banned, the toe was banned, they had a crack in the toe, my handle was also broken. But this bat, which I made by B3 as a custom bat made to specifications of my liking, right, turns out to be one of the best bats that I have ever owned, right? And I will include pictures of what the bat looked when I got it originally in 2016, early 2017, and this is what it looks like now after the refurbished service, right? So as you can see, they fixed the crack in the handle, they changed the handle, they also gave me a new grip. There's no band at the top, there's no band at the bottom. They doweled the bottom of the bat to fix this crack. I had a crack right here. They also applied a new toe guard for me, right? And as you can see, they cleaned up the bat very nicely. It looks almost brand new. And they changed my stickers from, I had black stickers, black carbon fiber stickers before, and now I have white ghost type stickers, right? So the 3 stripes here means that it's a grade 1 cricket bat. Also they have grade 1 LE, that is like grade 1 plus willow. That's the highest end of the scale you can get. And custom means that it was made for me. Before I had a bespoke sticker, so I don't understand why it is bespoke. Means that they call you on Skype and help you to decide or pick what would be the best changes that you want to make in a cricket bat, right? With regards to where you want the middle of the bat to be, how high you want your spine, your head size, toe thickness, shoulder thickness, right? I mean, within the legal ranges of the game, that is. I mean, if you buy something that's illegal in terms of the thickness of the bat now, meaning it can't pass through the gauge, right? I mean, I think it's still allowed in amateur cricket, but in professional cricket now, with the gauges present, your bat must be able to pass through the gauge, right? So they might build you something outside of the legal specifications, but that's up to you if you'll be able to use it or not, right? So basically, grade 1 willow, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at an edge of a 9th grain here. They virtually evenly spaced, nice and straight, right? Before I didn't have a toe guard when the bat originally came, so I can tell you that the grains run through the toe, so I know that this is with English willow and not a laminate face that is put on to fool people into thinking that they have a lot of grains on their face, right? And I know that this bat hits really nicely. I'm just really pleased with the work that they did, and I would recommend anyone that has a B3 bat that if they're having problems getting their bat fixed or repaired and they think it's worth it, should invest in the B3 refurbishment service. Alright, so this is Jamel here again from Centurion Sports, and this part of the video really will focus on the technical aspect of this cricket bat, because a lot of people buy a bat based on the size and the amount of grains that they see in the face of the bat, and not necessarily a bat suited for them based on the weight, handle type, handle length, thickness, and other technical features of the bat. So this here is my custom made bat that I custom made at B3 based on my experiences playing with different bats over the years of playing cricket. right? And that's quite a few years, in excess of 10 years, and I've had quite a few bats, right? So we will just start by weighing the bat. Right, so as you can see before on the scale, the bat is 2 pounds and 7 ounces, higher end of the 7, meaning like 279, right? So when the bat was originally bought, the weight that I asked for was 2.8, right? And over the time period of the year spent, it lose a little weight based on just general sanding and cleaning up, and of course the drying out of the willow, right, over the time, right? So what we'll do now, the bat when it originally came, it came with measurements that I would have put up for you to see, and I will do some measuring for you here. So as you can see here, the shoulder of the bat, only 12.9 millimeters, right? So that's a relatively thin shoulder, and most of the time that thin shoulder means that we play on lower bouncing tracks, so you really don't hit the ball too much at the top of the shoulder or the bat. And also the weight that it took out from the shoulder, you could also put it down, lower down in the blade. Right, so let us do an edge, right? And the edge there saying 36.4. So it's a nice size, right? Not the biggest, definitely not the smallest edge, but if you want to get a bat with minimal concaving, a virtually full profile, you have to get a thinner edge, right? So long as you want to keep the bat under a certain weight. So let's try to get a spine measurement here, right? So on average, the spine on this bat is about 59.7, let's say almost about 60, right? It may be about 60, 61 because the face has a camber on it, right? And by camber, I mean the face is slightly rounded, right? A lot of people nowadays like big edges and a flat face, but I prefer a slightly rounded face with a slight camber and smaller edges so I could get a bigger, better profile on the bat, right? Meaning I want my bat to be more full and less concaving, right? So basically what I have here is a mid to low middle and relatively thin toes. I try to hit the ball more or less in the middle of the bat, higher up the blade rather than down in the toe, but you know, a toe of about 19.8 isn't bad whatsoever. Alright, so that is the middle of the toe there, 23.8. I believe when the bat came, the actual measurement was 24, right? So again, sanding and just basic general use would have reduced it by, as it's saying, 0.2 millimeters, right? Which isn't bad over the course of 3 or 4 years, 3 seasons, and a lot of training and practice. Basically was the technical aspect of my B3 custom, right? Any questions or observations made, please feel free to contact me at Centurion Sports. Please click the notification bell at the bottom, like and subscribe. This is Jamie again from Centurion Sports.